These are reasons these weddings never happened. From 2015, this was Kilee Manulak happily posing in her wedding dress, surrounded by her bridesmaids. But she never walked down the aisle. Diane McInerney has more.
Just a week before her wedding day, her longtime fiance called it off. And get this, she says he told her via text. Naturally, Kilee was devastated.
At first I was in shock. I really didn't know, what to do. It was definitely heartbreaking. It was definitely devastating that, that he didn't want to marry me.
The only thing left to do was to destroy the dress. She and her bridesmaids poured colored powder all over the gown.
It was a wonderful, liberating experience. It was a lot of fun. I felt free.
In 2015, Colby Sanders called off her own wedding 5 days before the big day. The $3,500 venue in Tyler, Texas was already booked and paid for.
When I decided to cancel the wedding, I decided to donate my wedding venue. This is a live drawing for my wedding venue. Okay, this is who won. I don't know if this is backwards or not, but Haley Hipsher. Her name stood out to me the most because not only did she send me her love story, but I had other people send me her love stories. So obviously others were advocating for this to happen for her.
Haley Hipsher's grandfather didn't have long to live because he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She wanted to move up her wedding day so he could be present.
Oh my God, hi. Hey. Well, thank you. You're welcome. It means
Colby was by Haley's side the entire afternoon as she got ready.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Her grandfather also made the ceremony. The newlyweds danced the night away, cut the cake, and celebrated the ultimate wedding gift, thanks to a kind stranger.
I can't thank you enough.
In 2014, Ginger Alden, Elvis Presley's last love, spoke with Inside Edition about her memoir about their time together.
I wrote down all of my memories. Shortly after Elvis passed away, it was just my way of holding on. I wanted to hold on and not forget. And time went on. I went forward with my life. I worked, I got married, had my son. And in the course of all this, a lot of untruths were being said regarding mine and Elvis's relationship, a lot of exaggerations. Well, just that Elvis was unhappy or we argued a lot, things like that, which was not true. And so I wanted to set the record straight, and I waited until my son, who just turned 20 this past August 20th, went off to college. And I sat down, and it took me about 2 years, and I put together all of my memoirs. And finally, I had my book. He was never bored. He didn't act down. We laughed. We watched television. He played the organ in his room. Sometimes we went out. We rode three-wheelers. He had these great fun three-wheelers. We went motorcycle riding. I miss that we didn't get to see where he was going to go and hear more of his music. And he had a lot left to do.
Everything just kind of like shut off. I gave up. I was like, no, there's no point to anything. I'm done. If that makes sense. I'm just done.
From 2024, Kaitlin Palmieri was forced to put her life back together after learning her ex-fiance wasn't who she thought he was.
So we met on a dating app. I was living in Astoria in Queens, and he was living in Manhattan. He proposed December 2019.
All right.
And the night before was our rehearsal dinner. It was just such a great night. It was just, a very happy occasion. Everyone was really great state of mind. I was very grateful to have that memory. We weren't staying in the same room the night before the wedding. And I woke up to the hotel phone ringing. It was my mom. But I just was kind of like, what time is it? Where's with my hair appointment? Am I late? And I just remember her saying, you have to come down to the lobby. Just something was up, did not sound right. I was just like, why? And she was like, please come down to the lobby. And I was like, what is going on? She's like, you just need to come down. And I was like, absolutely not until you tell me what's going on. I just knew something was wrong, and I know my mom well enough. And then I just said, I'm not doing anything until you tell me what's going on. And she said, Eric died in the middle of the night. And I literally can explain it as like floating outside my body. Like I watch it like a movie. And I tell my friend, they can't process it. I think I'm like on the ground. And like the next few things are just kind of snapshots. And my parents and my sister and my best friend who, obviously in the wedding party, they're at my door. And I'm just looking at my sister, kind of like, explain it to me, I just like broke down, and the next few days continue in quite a blur. I have certain memories that stand out to me. But yeah, that was the morning of the wedding.
Eric died of a heart attack. He was 33 years old.
It's like I gave up. Like I was like, there's no point to anything. Like I'm done. It took all of the wind out of me. I could barely be on my feet for very long. I mean, it was like I had no control over my physical being. I was sick, obviously, so sick to my stomach. I couldn't, if I wasn't crying, I was sleeping, or I was in some kind of like shock of some sort. Sometimes I would just have to like get up and walk to do something with my body, but it was like a shell of myself. Like I was so deflated. I was so deflated.
Social media helped her connect with others grieving.
It's such an incredible community, of people who go through horrific things and like survive them and are honest about it. And the second that I was like, it was a relief. Like I needed that.
But it also led her to a shocking revelation.
November 2020 was his birthday. I'm like, oh, I want to go on Instagram. I want to post something about his birthday. And the first thing I see was just like a post, and it was a picture of a conversation of two people. And one was like one person saying happy birthday to, and it was his last name. And then the response was like hearts. Just something is not computing, because I'm like, is that a coincidence? This is happening really quickly in my brain. And the dedication is about spending his last birthday together, and how it was this great night. And I'm like, just so confused. So I reach out to her and I'm like, I'm just confused. Like, did you know Eric? Like, what was your relationship with him? And then she told me.
Her fiance was having an affair throughout their relationship.
My body went numb. My body definitely went numb. My everything was like on fire. And I just was like, just send me everything you have, if you have any like proof. I met an angry side of me that I had never met before. So, I'm not totally proud of all the ways that I responded. I'm sure there are much stronger people out there that would have handled this with much more grace, but I am not one of those people. I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm done. And when that happened, there was like a voice inside me who was like, F that. I'm not wasting one more minute on this man in this way. I am not going to turn this on me.
After Kaitlin learned of Eric's secret life, she stopped grieving his loss.
I've gone back and like looked at things I wrote, about him, and just like how in love I was. It's hard to even access that now. It's really hard to access those feelings for him now. I have zero feelings for him. That's just reality. I see him for what he was, and that is who he was. It's just cruel. What it's done, what I will say, like weirdly, that blessing came from like, it felt like everything else in my life brightened. Like he went dark, and so it gave light to everything else. So I immediately felt so grateful for the love I have in my life. I am going to be happy. Like I'm done, because it's like my only like revenge that I can have, and hopefully help other people.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Andrea Swindall.